I was so pissed off. And the worst part about it, you had like that itchy feeling, like I was feeling myself like, check your phone. And when I finally checked my phone and I realized that it was denied or declined because I didn't approve it in time. Welcome back to my TURO channel, man. I'm Believe in Yourself. We're talking about TURO and helping you guys get your host status to where you need it to be. Now, for this series, we're going to be talking about the TURO app and how it works. Definitely subscribe, like, definitely please comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next and share this video. Don't forget to turn on your notifications so you can know every time we drop a video, man. Peace. Welcome back to Believe in Yourself. This is your boy, Kev Biggie, Mr. Believe. And today's video is not going to be too long because it's pretty a short topic, but it's something I just want to touch on. And I'm talking about bookings. So with bookings, this is what happens for a new time host. This is what happens when somebody books your vehicle. Usually somebody would be searching either the TURO app or online on their phone or maybe something, one of those sites, and they'll come across your car. Now they request it for whatever days it's open. The availability's there, ping, bloop, you'll get an alert. Now depending on your settings that you have set for your booking, you will either have to approve it or it's going to be an automatic approval. Now certain trips could be an automatic approval. I'll give you an example. You may have automatic approval when somebody rents the car, picking it up in front of your house or a location that's close to your house. And then you may have to accept or decline booking whether or not somebody wants you to deliver the car to the airport in certain situations. So you may want to say, let me look at this and see if it fits what I can do, and I can approve that yes or no. So that's an example of automatic approval or not having automatic approval. And you can toggle between the two. Maybe you want to be automatic for airport deliveries, but at your house, no, or automatic approval the whole time. The setting I have is automatic approval every time, no matter what. It's automatically approved. Just because of certain settings in my work schedule, I've been doing TURO long enough. I've made my settings in such a way that I'll always have time to prepare the car if I ever had a delivery. So that's the first part about the booking. Now, and that's pretty much all it is about booking. That's why I said today's going to be a short video. So all I'm really touching on is the fact that you have the option to do automatic approval or no automatic approval. I guess I could do a little bit of a deeper dive since this video is very short and it's more self-explanatory. But so once upon a time, when I first had my TURO, I had it set to automatic approval I had it not set to automatic approval at all, for nothing. I always wanted to approve the trips first because initially when I first started, like I told you guys, I was thinking about my Versa for a second, but when I first started, I was driving my Altima, which is the car I'm driving right now. Or we were renting the Altima, but it was a car that we also drove on a daily basis. So whenever a booking came in, we would always want to make sure that it worked out with our schedule. Okay, yeah, I'm working this time, so we could do this. Okay, on that day, what we got the kid? Okay, the kid's doing it, coordinate with my wife. Maybe I got to catch an Uber. Maybe it's just going to be too much. Whatever. I was able to figure out what I really wanted to do and how I wanted it to be done. Or I had to have that option to see if this is what I really wanted to do. So, fast forward, we moved. I didn't have no problem with it then. And then we moved and we're at another location. We're staying at the location where I'm at now. It's a little bit closer to the airport, but I've changed my position at work. So now my position at work, I have to more or less keep my phone on silent just so that I can be alert and just to be more professional with what's going on at work. So I wasn't always getting alerts, so I always catch myself trying to look at the phone to catch it. And of course, wouldn't you know, I missed a couple of trips. And I mean, if you don't approve a trip within a certain amount of time, now the time varies. If somebody's booking something that's 4 months down the line, you might have 2-3 weeks before you could approve it. Or it gives you like depending on the trip. Now, if the trip is for tomorrow, it might give you 12 hours. So just in case if you don't approve it, they can find another trip or something. You know, I don't really know what it is because I haven't done it in such a long time, which I'm explaining now, because I missed out on like 3 trips, and one of them was a whopper trip too. It was like a 4-day weekend trip over Thanksgiving or something like that, and an airport delivery. So it was like a 4 or 5 day rental, but I was gonna get like almost $600 for 4 or 5 days. That's 3 weekends for me. With one car, that's 3 weekends in one. I was so pissed off, and the worst part about it, you know, you had like that itchy feeling. Like I was feeling myself like check your phone. And when I finally checked my phone, and I realized that it was denied or declined because I didn't approve it in time, it was literally like probably like 20 minutes prior. Like I just missed it. It wasn't like 3 hours, 4. It was like I just missed it. And I'm like, I was so pissed off at myself and so disappointed. So from that point on, I said, okay, the cars are pretty much, they parked in front of my house. Because the setup that I had before, where I was living prior to this, I had to park my cars a little bit, it was a further distance from my front door. Where we're at now, I pretty much park it right in front of my house, right in the driveway. So it gets pretty crowded because I have 5 cars, but they all fit, and I can even fit more. But now that I could do that, I said, okay, I know the car's always going to be here. I'll set automatic pricing for home, and I'll have to approve for deliveries. So I do that. After this one now, this is what happens. But and mind you, it was a delivery one that I missed. But I said, let me at least do this because at the time, I still mostly get people that come to the house and pick it up, and I prefer it that way because of how high my airport delivery fee is. But people pay it, so I don't mind it. Like I missed that whopper of a airport delivery, I guess because of the time of year. But so fast forward, maybe like not even a month, probably like 3 weeks. It's holiday time now, so you know rental cars are a little bit more scarce. Would you have it? I missed another one, and this time it was like 5 minutes after. Like I wasn't even thinking about it. I just glanced at my phone, trip declined or something like that. I forgot what it even said. It was probably like 2 years ago. Trip declined. I was like, no! And this one was for like 3 weeks, $600 something. I'm like, this is back to back. I was so hurt and broke. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna take a chance. I can't lose this no more. I can't, after I got burned, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, no, what is it? Is it fool me once, shame on me? Fool me twice, shame on you? Whatever it is. I was pissed off at myself, and I said, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to do automatic delivery all the time. Now, if you're in a situation where your work schedule is conducive to this, you have a lot of free time, I would say that's the best way to go. If you have to do it according to your schedule, you're just going to have to stay on top of it. Because the 2 times I missed it was the 2 biggest trips. You know, I mean, I had big trips before. I wouldn't say the biggest trip to date, because I've had trips that's been $1,000 at a time. But there was still, you don't get $600 trips all the time, at least not in my sector of the market. So to get those trips and to miss them in such a close proximity of time, I'm just scarred from it. So I just went with automatic, and it hasn't failed me yet. I've had a couple of close calls where somebody, like I'll wake up in the morning, so at my house I have it set to 4 hours. But if I go to sleep at night, usually I'm sleeping for 7 to 8 hours. I have to get a good night's rest, sometimes 6, you know, but I sleep for an extended period. What if they book it by the time I fall asleep? And I've always had that imagination, but you get barely trips that do that. But this particular time, I had a trip that came in. They booked it for 12 a.m. They booked it at 9 a.m. So I had just woken up. Oh, bing. There it is, book trip. And they couldn't book it any earlier. They had just landed. It must have been a shortage of rental cars, and they booked me for 12. So I was just thinking to myself, man, what if they would have did that at 6 and I had to be there at 9? And I'm just waking up seeing this. So that's my only nervousness on it. And now that I'm speaking it out loud, I won't bet you by the time this video airs, that thing might happen to me. Hopefully not, but keep your fingers crossed. Let me know in the comment section if you feel like that's what's gonna happen to me, man. And yeah, so that's what I've got to say about bookings, man. So when you guys are setting your booking settings, that's a very important thing. Make sure you take your schedule into consideration. And I think you can even go into depth in saying like particular days and times that you would be available or stuff like that. You can really get in deep with it. I haven't done it in 2 years, so I don't know, because Turo has changed a lot of different settings. So certain ones that I have set and that I do, that's what I'm telling you about. I set automatic bookings. I don't really go back and do nothing unless they tell you something new rolled out. But other than that, man, set your settings. If you can, automatic. And that also puts you higher in the search as well in the algorithm because you're automatic bookings. A lot of people want to search for cars that they book automatically. Some people don't want to wait to find out if they approved or not because they probably, like the people like I said, who was at 9 o'clock in the morning, they needed a car right away and they probably couldn't find one at the airport, and I had automatic booking. But I just had that buffer, so that's what saved me a little bit. But yeah, so automatic bookings, man. Peace. As long as you believe you can't make it, you won't make it. If you believe that you can do it, you will do it.